Hello, loved ones. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the family. Today, we will be reviewing Married at First Sight Season 15, Episode 7, Afterparty. And this was another great episode. I love when they give us bonus clips and they spill the tea on some of the behind the scenes that happened during the episode, and they did not disappoint. Oh my God, it was really, really good. So please subscribe so that you can be part of the congregation, and please comment so that you can be part of the conversation. And with that, let's get started. Welcome to Fueled by Intentions, where we talk about faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun. Sponsored by Bynum's Business Solutions, where the right fit is made simple. We specialize in tips, tools, and strategies designed to help you achieve your financial health so that you can take control of how you spend your money so that you can spend more time with your family, friends, and doing the things you love. So let's jump right into the video. This episode was called Bubbles and Blunders, and it was hosted by the beautiful Keshia Knight Pullam, and her guest was Binh, Krysten, and Nate. The first clip we saw was Krysten visiting Mitch's apartment, where we saw the dirty tub, the wetsuit hanging from the tub, and that dirty stove. Krysten confirms that Mitch knew that she was coming, which I do not understand. I mean, when you know company is coming, you try to tidy up. So I'm not sure what to think of him, just wanting her to see those things, or maybe he just wanted her to get the raw him and just, some people think you should just accept them for how they are with no changes. She is concerned that he will bring his trinkets into their shared space, and she does not want him to use their nice spaces as a garage. She then shared a behind the scenes. She indicated that they visited a grocery store. It's one of Mitch's special grocery stores, and he does not put his fruits and vegetables in a bag. He puts them in his fanny pack, and they get to just roll around freely. And then when they got to the counter, he put them on the conveyor belt. She says she just had to walk away. She indicates that she feels like she is over her head, but she is so adaptable. So she keeps telling herself that she can do it. Ben says that he had anxiety overseeing the bathroom, and he just wanted to clean it right then. Nate says what he would not want to see at his spouse's house is a dirty house, which is exactly what we saw with Mitch. He says that he would automatically judge his spouse because it's a representation of who they are, and a clean house takes discipline and character. They then showed Stacia going through Nate's cabinet, finding empty oatmeal containers and dirty wine glasses. And Nate confirms that he did share a drink with a female, but he stopped dating once he applied for the show, and that's been about 5 months ago. So he says those dirty wine glasses has been in his cabinet for 5 months. So I'm not sure about, what does that say about you, Nate, since you would judge other people? I'm not sure Stacia may be judging you. Nate says that he is concerned that he will not be tidy enough for Stacia. He thinks that she will pick apart everything. He says sometimes he just wants to relax and do nothing. He will leave a dish in the sink sometimes, and he does not think he will be able to turn off with Stacia. Do you think there's something going on with Nate and Justin? I thought that Nate took jabs at Justin every chance he got. Keshia asked him whose advice would he not take, and he said that he would not take Justin's advice because Justin is emotional and he is uncomfortable with that. He says one day Justin is really excited and the next day he is really sad, and it gets really sloppy. But I'm not sure if that's emotional. That sounds more like depression to me. Emotional, I don't know, it doesn't sound like one day you're happy and one day you're sad. Emotional is something happens and you react to it in an emotional way, not just your mood. And we know that Miles on a previous season, he had issues with depression. So I'm not sure. I do believe that Justin is emotional because we've seen that side of him. But what Nate described sound more to me like depression. What do you think? What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. We then moved on to Ben and we saw the clip of Ben and Morgan negotiating laundry and Morgan agreeing that she is going to compromise and do her laundry before 4 p.m. But Keshia asked, does Ben really unplug? And he says he does. He doesn't have many things, but he does unplug, especially the big things like the TV. He says he gets being frugal from his immigrant parents and the need to be financially free. Keshia asked Ben, where did he get his nice suit from? And he let us know that he got it while shopping with Nate and that they went to some secret store that they couldn't let us in on, but he planned to return the suit. But Nate let him know, no returns because you've already tore the tag off of it and you can't return it once you tore the tags off. And so he apologized to his mom on national TV for buying an expensive suit and said that he tried to get it on sale. He states that he will not control Morgan's money because Keshia asked, what if Morgan buys a expensive pair of shoes? And he said, that's her money, that's her life, so he wouldn't have a problem with that. So I do think that if he takes that stance that she can do whatever she wants with her money and then he does whatever he wants with his money, I'm not sure, that still sounds like roommates to me, but that it would work out because then whatever she wants to do, she doesn't have to worry about him being frugal about it. They then show the clip of Morgan and Ben meeting with Pastor Cal and Morgan saying, once trust is broken, then you're gone, you're out. And Ben says that he feels really bad about that because he caused that and he's her husband and he should make her laugh and smile and be the best version of herself. He says that he should have just kept the information in-house. Keshia then asked, how did the whole thing get started? And he said that he is impulsive. And in a conversation with Justin asked him what was wrong. And when he asked him, he was overwhelmed and he just began to vent. When asked how he felt about Justin crying over his relationship, Ben said that he was appreciative that Justin was looking out for him, but that he was the cause of Justin and Morgan overreacting, and it was because he overreacted. So he must take responsibility for all of the overreacting and learn from it. And I love this. You must just take responsibility. I love when you identify the root cause and don't start in the middle of the conversation and then be mad at what happened in the middle. Because in the middle is Justin crying, but in the beginning is Ben sharing. So I really love that he just took responsibility, didn't make excuses, and that he understood both perspectives of both Justin and Morgan. Great job, Ben. Ben says he does not know how he's going to regain the trust of Morgan. He says he's just going to try to be honest and trustworthy, and if she tells him something, he's just going to keep it to himself. Nate says it was weird that Justin cried over Ben's relationship. He says he was raised not to get involved in other people's relationship or business in general. So for a guy to be breaking down over someone else's relationship and him not knowing Ben very long, it was weird. Krysten says that they're still getting to know each other. So they should learn from the different actions and then just keep adapting. They then showed us the dog attack where Justin's dog attacked Alexis's child, Newton. And Krysten says that Alexis acted very quickly, and she lets us know that Newton did get stitches. However, he is recovering just fine. Nate says that Justin should have been paying more attention, and as soon as the dog got aggressive, that he should have separated them. And he says he doesn't have animals, but that is just common sense. I felt like that comment was another jab at Justin. What did you think about that? Ben stayed neutral and said that it was a tough situation and he would not know how to react if he was either person. Krysten says that she is a huge animal lover, but she would give up her dog for her marriage. She says that she would try to give it to someone that she knew so that she can go and visit it. And that is the same thing that Keshia said. She said she'd give it to somebody she knew, trusted, so that she could visit it. And if it didn't work after the 8 weeks, then she would go give it back. Ben says that Justin did share the incident with him, but he didn't tell him how bad it was. And Alexis shared with Krysten. Krysten says Alexis was very calm, but she felt like her trust had been compromised. She feels like the dog had done something like this before, and she wished she would have known all the facts before the incident took place. Nate says it's gonna take time for them to rebound. He compared it to them getting together and their children fighting, and one child beat the other child up really bad. Ben thinks that this is a hard place for Justin to be in. He says that Justin loves his dog. They all agree that Justin taking his dog to the training facility was a good first step, and that if the dog training facility can really help, that this would be wonderful. They then moved back to Krysten, and we saw the clip where Krysten gave Mitch a coupon for 1 free bubble bath with wifey that expired that night. And Krysten did confirm that they did consummate their relationship. I did not really like it because when they asked how it went, she indicated that it could be longer, and I don't think that she should have really mentioned that on national TV. Just say it was great. Some things you can keep private in order to protect the integrity of your marriage, because I don't think that any person would want that like on national TV. So I wish she would have kept those tiny details to herself to protect her marriage. Krysten says one thing that Mitch did to make her know it was time is he walked 2 miles to the store to get her some cough syrup when she was sick. She says he's really been trying to make moves to make her feel safe and comfortable. And I think safe and comfortable is the way to a woman's heart. Krysten was spilling all the tea. She even let us in on what Mitch gave her, and this was not in the show. And it was so cute because Keshia said, was it recycled? And she said yes, she believes it was recycled. It sounded like it might have been a necklace that he found on the beach. But we know Krysten, she is always polite. She says, anytime somebody gives you a gift, you just receive it and say thank you. And that is exactly what she did. She didn't sound like she was gonna wear it. So I really wanna see how that's gonna play out moving forward, because of course we don't always want recycled gifts. So I hope that Mitch makes a come up and at least buys her some nice gifts. Keshia's last question was, what is your favorite thing about living with your spouse? And Ben says that Morgan surprised him with a burrito with proteins, veggies, and mushrooms. And I think what he was saying is that she made it to his specification. And sometimes it's those little things that can win over the heart of your spouse. And Krysten says that her and Mitch, they spend a lot of time together. They have pillow talks and they watch movies late at night, and it's beginning to feel like a real relationship. And Nate says that him and Stacia, they cook together. He doesn't know how to cook, but it's great bonding time. They turn on a little music and it's just like family. So what did you think? What do you think about Ben taking responsibility for everybody overreacting? And what would you do if your spouse put veggies and fruit in their fanny pack? And do you think Nate will be able to relax with Stacia? And then we see next week's clip and it gets exciting. Do you think that Nate is getting cold feet over having children? Do you think Morgan really forgave Ben since she is still talking about it with her friends? And Alexis, things are getting real since she said all things were easy, but we see that she walked out on Justin. And what do you think about Lindy and Miguel? And Miguel not being able to help Lindy find a physician, but wants her to take his last name? Oh my God, this is going to be a nightmare. Be part of the conversation by leaving your comment in the comment section. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, live with intention. Be intentional.